Welcome back to Suns Valley Podcast, everybody. The Kevin Durant trade, as you know, is complete. A lot of people are unhappy with the return. I think we all learned as fans not to get too ahead of ourselves with potential trade assets. At least I learned, Sundo, that age 37 is age 37. However, Jalen Green is one topic. Dylan Brooks is a whole nother topic. But the best, most exciting part of this trade, not only the 5 second-round picks the Suns acquired, which is not nothing, but it's that 10th overall pick, the Suns pick, that they earned by being terrible this season. They actually get to use it now. Sundo and I have identified 5 players right off the bat here that are likely to be in that 10th pick range. We'd like to present them to you. Sundo, what's your favorite? Let's start there.
That's hard to say. I think I have a top 3, and I think I want to start with Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant probably is my favorite out of this batch. The kid from Arizona, man. I mean, as soon as we saw the highlights, we said, hey, this is basically another Ryan Dunn, maybe a little more athletic, maybe can shoot the ball better. Actually, not even maybe, can definitely shoot the ball better. And so I think this is the route I want to go. I think he might be my favorite prospect out of all these. 6'8", 230, athletic, can also, drive to the hole. I just absolutely love the prospect of this. And I don't think you can go wrong with getting another Ryan Dunn on your team.
I could not agree more. I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one as well as my favorite. He's Ryan Dunn Jr., only better. There's a difference between taking a Ryan Dunn in the late 20s and taking a Ryan Dunn at 10. His jump shot is clearly better. He shot 37% from 3. That is better than where Ryan Dunn was when he was at that part of his process. His jumper is better looking. It's obvious why he shoots a higher percentage. And he's more explosive, which is not to say anything negative to Ryan Dunn, because Ryan Dunn is super bouncy. He's electric. Carter Bryant is better. So I think this could be the Suns' opportunity to right the wrong that was moving off of Toumani Camara. This is, to me, having Toumani Camara and Ryan Dunn together.
I'll take it a step further, Gabe. I think this could be a Mikal Bridges replacement potential. Yes, I said it. Yes, I provoked the name. I do believe his athleticism is that good. So, yeah, this is by far my favorite. Local kid from Arizona. Go ahead and make it happen. Brian Gregory, Matt Ishbia, whoever's in charge. Let's make this happen.
We know it's Ishbia. Let's move on to Ruben's favorite player that he would not shut up about. Now, you want to talk about a athletic beast at 7'2", 250 pounds. Kaman Maluak. Do not get mad at me if I said that wrong. It's a difficult name. To me, this is Clint Capella. He's impressive. Do I want to get better at center? Yes, but specifically for me, man, I want to get better with a center that can shoot, and I am not sold on his jumper. We saw very little shooting from him. When you do see his form, it's a little bit funky. It's not Oso Ighodaro funky, but it's a little bit funky, and that's worrisome. My worry is, are we not just getting our third or maybe 4th center on the roster that is inside only? I've got Nick Richards on a very favorable deal who can do the same sorts of things. I do love how gigantic this guy is, but I'm sorry, Ruben, this isn't my number 1 pick. I don't think I'd be upset if he was what we ended up with, but not if Carter Bryant's available.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if he's available and say Carter Bryant's not available and he's there and we end up going this direction for sure. My only concern is, and we talked about it, looking at the stats and the highlights. Yes, the plays are impressive. Yes, he's a great pick and roll big. Yes, you didn't mention it. He can shoot. He's not lights out, but he is capable of shooting the 3. All that's there. The tool set's there. But at 7'2", it's easy to be a beast against smaller competition in college. Will this translate to the NBA? I do think it does translate. I just think it may take, more time. It may take a year or 2 before he finds his footing and becomes a solid player in the NBA. He might struggle a little bit because he is going to have comparable competition. He can't just push his way around. He can't out athlete anybody. He can't out physical anybody. It's going to be even for him. So he's going to have to learn to play the NBA game. I think that could take some time for him, but the upside is there. If he learns to shoot in the NBA and shoot better, lights out. If he puts on a few more pounds and keeps the post game that he has and the athleticism that he has, it'll be a home run also. You did say Nick Richards. I think that is a good comp, as well as Capella, a Nick Richards that can shoot, Capella that can shoot, all that stuff. I like him, but again, I think this would be a pick on potential on the upside, not immediate help like I believe Carter Bryant could be.
Let's move on to a big that's a little bit shorter, but still about the same weight. Derek Queen, who's a very interesting build. He's 6'10", listed at 246. I don't like that he shot 20% from three last season, but it is a better looking shot than Malawak. And it does look fixable. It looks usable, and he's not scared to shoot. So there is that. Seems like a really good defender in the paint. He seems very high IQ, which I know the Suns like with Iguodaro. But he doesn't look explosive to me. He doesn't seem like he gets that high up. His blocked shots seem to come from great timing, not so much being able to out-athlete people. And I don't know how at 6'10" that fits at the 5 position, or do you end up playing him at the 4? I don't know. Maybe he is a 4.
I think personally he's going to be a tweener. It just depends on the matchup. And I know that's a cop-out answer, but it's going to be true. Just the way he plays, man, I really liked his IQ in the passing. I really love that. He was really good at finding people from the free throw line, similar to Oso. There's that comparison there. But man, I was just really impressed with just the craftiness and his ability to drive. I do think his ability to drive is going to be very underrated. I think his dribbling skills as a big man are also going to be very underrated. And I think, again, this much like Malawak, this will be a player who this is going to be an upside pick where there are some things you see that he can come in and help with right away, but this is going to be another developmental pick. But from what I've seen, the eye test, I like what I see. I do. I like the headiness. I like the passing. I like all of that. And his dribbling ability. I can't say that anymore. I absolutely love that about him. The playmaking I can see. The shooting, though, I'm not the biggest fan of the form, if I'm being honest. It's a set shot, but it's a really awkward looking set shot. So hopefully that gets worked on when he gets drafted, if he does come to us. But other than that, I think just the ability and the smart and the playmaking is going to be the upside here, and I absolutely like it.
I want to save my other favorite for last, so let's move to Colin Murray Boyles, who I also like. If this guy is the guy that you get, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be super upset if these other guys are gone. 6'6", 240, 7-foot wingspan, out of South Carolina. He's tough. He seems like a physical presence. He really reminds me of Julius Randle. Potentially, hopefully, without the baggage that comes with Julius Randle. I see Julius Randle as kind of a head case. He's got a super high motor. He's unconventional because he's a lefty. Only 26% from 3, though, Sundo.
Yeah, you said Julius Randle. I really see Draymond Green, if I'm being honest, where, it's just he can pass. He's going to have a lot of effort in the rebounding, a lot of effort in the post, going to be crafty down there. But you mentioned just the 3-point shooting is not going to be there. And so that's my biggest concern. But if you told me that we got a Draymond Green light on our team where this guy is going to put on a ton of effort, he's going to get boards, he's going to be able to be a good defender, he's going to be a good post defender, underrated post defender at his size, he's going to be able to make the right passes and make the right heady plays, and you get him because the Carter Bryants are gone, or the Malawaks are gone, or the Derek Queens are gone, and this is who you end up with. I'm not going to be mad, but it's got to be that perfect situation. Like if we end up drafting him and all these dudes are available, I would be upset. But it's got to be kind of that whole situation where it's like, man, if nobody else is the guy at 10, I don't think it's going to happen per se. But again, anything's possible. I go with the Draymond Green comparison there. And it probably has a lot to do with just the size in general, but his frame looked exactly like Draymond.
All right, now here's my real favorite. Okay, this is shaping up to be exactly like last season.
Mm-hmm.
When I wanted Tyler Kolek and you wanted Ryan Dunn, you got your way and you were right. That's why I'm willing to listen to you this time around and say you're right. Carter Bryant probably is the right pick. However, he's so good that I don't imagine him lasting till 10. He just seems like the perfect modern NBA 3-and-D wing. So when he's gone at number 10, when he's already gone at 8 or 9 and we've cried for several minutes, Kasparis Yakuchonis is gonna get the deal done for me, okay? 6'5", 200 pounds at point guard makes him a proper sized future starting point guard. Oh, I don't know, about same size as Tyrese Halliburton, plays like Lonzo Ball. He's, as you can see, a brilliant passer, and this is what I want. This is what I've been wanting, only finally we get it at the appropriate size where he can really be a starter and not have to come off the bench because he's too tiny and you have to hide him on defense. He shot 32% from 3. It looks like he takes some difficult shots and he makes them some of the time. I could see that percentage getting up closer to 40 in the NBA off of catch and shooting situations and better spacing than you have in the college game. He's crafty around the rim. He gets to the rim and his jumper is beautiful. So that makes me think, okay, this could be better with more reps, with more training, with NBA training. His shot can get better and it's already nice. To me, this is Colin Gillespie as a starter, as a player you actually want to start.
Well, Gabe, you're not going to believe me when I say this, but I think me and you are in lockstep here. I think Carter Bryant is my guy, and I think Yakuchonis is probably my second favorite. You know, we're always been in lockstep about we want that point guard for this team. We just talked about the Jalen Green, getting Jalen Green for Kevin Durant, and that was our concern. Like, hey, like Jalen Green's not going to be that guy that's going to handle the ball. Neither is Booker. We don't really know who the point guard's going to be. I mean, you see the highlights from this guy. He is a heady player. He will find the right guy. He has decent and sneaky athleticism, and I don't mean that because he's a fan favorite. Dude is sneaky athletic and does have the speed, I believe, to play in the NBA for sure. I love it. And you mentioned the jumper, and it shows promise. I believe it's there. In time, he will get there. Just watch the highlights, and they speak for itself. Use the eye test for yourself. Absolutely will be a floor general in this league. Will he be, say, Luka level? No, probably not. But will he be a career point guard in the NBA where he will make a career out of being a floor general, finding the right guys, say a la Ricky Rubio? You know what I mean? The comparisons are Lonzo Ball with a better jumper. I can see that. I can definitely see a Ricky Rubio, Lonzo Ball type career for this kid or the Suns. And if we end up taking him, I would be happy with that. I think he would develop perfectly into that role in Phoenix. And I mean, I just see this as a player that Matt Ishbia and Brian Gregory would also want as well. So I'm surprising you here. This is my second favorite, and I agree with you. I think Carter Bryant probably more likely will be gone before he gets to us at 10, just because the athleticism there, I think, will entice a lot of teams to go get him. But yeah, this would be my second pick.
I wish he was a better defender. Don't get me wrong. I wish he was known as a lockdown. That would be great. But I do not want to run into a situation where Bradley Beal and Jalen Green are passing back and forth the torch as far as who's the point guard. I don't want that. I don't see success in that. I see success in a, like you said, Ricky Rubio-esque, Chris Paul-esque type passer, setting them up for success. I don't think we become a successful team again until that happens. However, if Carter Bryant and he are both available, I pick Carter Bryant and then I scream into a pillow because I'm angry that we're missing out on that future point guard again.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at it, he could potentially, improve and help an Oso, players like that, where he can lift them up if he develops correctly. And I know it sounds like we're ranting all of our praises on this dude. This is the one that we've talked about the absolute longest, but just again, when you see that, you and me love the point guard, always wanted that player after CP3's left, or we even wanted that player when CP3 was here, another CP3 type guy that he could put under his wing. Draft this guy, sign CP3, this kid could be it. But also, I'm still going to put it on record. Carter Bryant is definitely my favorite and probably the guy if he's available. So let me just put that on record. I would say Carter Bryant, Yaku Chonas, Malawak, Derek Queen, Colin Murray Boyles. That would probably be my order of these prospects.
Tell us what you guys think in the comments. Hit that like button. We'll see you guys soon.